Fortunately, since Austin is in Texas and Texas has troubles a lot, I have a lot of water bottles filled up, so I can still make tea and coffee for a little while until they get it turned back on. Because who knows when the water will come back
The
on?
bunny will give you a bath.
The bunny will give you a little lick, 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 lick. My
So
notes from last time are
cute.
really bad. What happened last time? Last time.
Oh, by the way, I picked the easy but boring advancement of just upping my presence by 1.
Nice.
Even
Always
more
good.
presents.
That makes
More
sense with your
presents.
character.
That totally makes sense with your character.
But it's tough to get game because you also, you also are like, oh, there's so many cool moves.
There's so many cool moves to take.
It's like, well,
for a muse of fire.
Oh, you're now a presence of 2.
I just figured I went to the presence because it was the most easy, non-thinky option. And I was like, well, that'll also benefit me for all moves probably that I did in the future since.
Oh, I can't wait to get my moves. Be talking to every dead thing.
Yeah.
I'm eyeing the as it is written ability for Hugh Hero.
Nice. Use that ink. See. My notes say warehouse and describes the warehouse. Y'all collected outside the warehouse at the Hungering Roots place with the roots and whatnot. The kid came and talked to you for a little bit, delivered the message, and then
nothing bad happened.
Nothing bad happened.
Still with us.
From the viewpoint of the god there. There was some talking, a little bit of talking, and some bad things happened, and then the kid exploded into vines and roots.
Kid exploded,
and it was really
we
bad.
Exploded a child. Well, we did.
Less exploded, more was like torn apart from the inside. So that's great.
And we were all traumatized by that.
Yeah, everyone took a lot of problem, and Ren, our steward of the Cairn Maiden, took away not only trauma but a bag full of body parts that need to be
oh, that's right,
put to rest somewhere. Lucas
had to be brought
put it in my Trader Joe's bag.
Yeah, Lucas will tell you where home is, and home is as the body said to you in the warehouse, not here.
Not here. Great, just like an amazing director that tells you
not that rock. Not that rock.
Not that rock. Different rock.
Ren, or not Ren, Zeph, who is not with us today, was exploring the warehouse with Ren while the other two took off. And decided to go check out the new assignment that they received.
Cloak Brothers. Ouch.
Cloak Brothers. Had a little road trip, stopped at the Seed and Vine Diner, had a Jolly Crunch wrap. It was the time.
Sounds like it has teeth in it or something.
Silver Island.
I'm just picturing like a Captain Crunch in a tortilla, and I'm like,
I mean, not interested.
Yeah, like a voodoo donut, but like Taco Bell made.
You saw a silent group of shredded pilgrims who sipped from tiny pink cups with matching saucers, who paused while you were talking.
Oh, that's right.
So much weird shit happened, I forgot it all.
I know. And my notes are incomplete. I'm sure there's
and I listened to like 7 episodes of the podcast, and now they're like merging.
Good.
Yeah, I hadn't listened to it in a while. I think
it's so good. I love
episode
it.
10, I think.
Oh yeah. So y'all went out to weft to the clutching woods. The land is tired. Something leached from the land. The town of Weft is not growing wild. There was a clean-cut gentleman sign that says "Good for business, good for the clutch." With the spiral was the god there. You met up with I put him in the assignments tab. What was his name? Ridley Hemsworth, the ornery guy, who was not
definitely
super
a friend
helpful.
then.
But you did get a clue that was getting really bad directions.
We love the grumpy ones.
That just makes it all the more satisfying when they become our friends.
And you headed off to a
Like
stopped at a
cats.
crossroads, and
I will
decided to
win this
turn
one over.
left towards the
I should rename myself.
meat processing plant, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hopworth Industries processing plant.
I
Meanwhile,
wasn't gonna drive into the woods.
yeah,
The other way.
Zeph and Ren were exploring the warehouse. Oh yeah, you talked to Avery, the very chill guard who had a thermos full of like tea from the place that was totally fine. Took you in there and showed you the compost room, and you met with Gail in there, the plant tender, who was pretty insistent that you
yeah.
help out with stuff. And I forget exactly why, but you guys ran.
There were
You tried something went wrong. You made a run for it and wound up splitting up.
This sounds like the AI summary of the game.
Yeah, it didn't do anything useful.
It wasn't useful.
Wasn't
And
there someone else
eventually-
there?
Yeah, so y'all, I think there was a bad roll. There was a verse
Something
spoken
bad happened.
to make that not happen, and y'all wound up. Ren wound up in the processing area where they were like getting ready to do mass production of whatever they're doing in there, and Zeph wound up in the growing room. And oh yeah, the lights all went off because Zeph did his electric stuff.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
And when the lights came on, someone was in the room with Zeph. Zeph is not here, so someone was in the room with with
Yeah.
Ren now in the processing area. And this is a person with an inexplicably clean suit, like a little short undercut hairdo, and a lot of tattoos all over. And they just kind of like gave you a little look when the lights came on and found you there. I have another note that
That's
says
me or Zeph?
that was Zeph, but now it's you. So Zeph is not here. I have one more note that says, Rudy Tooty, you'll have no regrets. No, Tooty Rudy, you'll have no regrets. I think that might have been, that was Ren told us that's what they saw, that in the packaging in the rooms there, in the processing room there.
Did I?
You did. Tooty Rudy, you'll have no regrets. We have some wishes.
Oh yes, I did say that.
Wishes. Nick wants to be reminded of their moves and see how the
Tell me how to play the game.
How they play the game. How the Carrion Maiden goes into things. I just have all caps Heath. Not sure what that was,
Could
but
be anything.
Capital Leaf.
and want to see more relationship stuff with the Wex and Scrivener.
Oh yeah.
So let's jump in. Zeph is going to be occupied somewhere else. Let's jump in with Ren with their new buddy in the suit there in the processing room. There's a
So I'm
there's a
still in
person.
the room with the compost.
You're in the room with like all the let me describe it to you.
Yeah, thank you.
A dimly lit, windowless room cluttered with sorting tables, withering troughs, mechanical roller, drying racks, sifting mesh and packaging materials. The owners of the warehouse were gearing up for wider distribution of their product before they lost control. And that's where you paint the scene where there was when you put the 2D Rudy. You have no
You'll
regrets.
have no regrets. Got it.
Yeah, and then when the lights came on, this dude was there. Any reaction?
Do you know where Lucas's home is.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I don't
Does
think I know Lucas.
Lucas got people here?
I'm sorry, I
Little,
don't know
little
Lucas.
kid
Oh,
usually doesn't
yeah,
have
9
vines.
lives. Why do you ask? Are you looking for her?
Looking for her people.
Well, they're not
Or-
here.
Well, that is what I understand as well.
So, not to be rude, but what are you doing here?
I um I heard uh I like
And as you're
dirt.
pausing, he's taking slow, casual steps towards you.
Yeah. I think as he gets closer, I'm like, I like dirt. I like dirt. Dirt. Dirt
Mm.
is how it feels underneath your wait, what are my check? Sorry, I need to check my check boxes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Are we
let's
changing
do,
them this time?
yeah, beginning of session stuff.
Just rush me into a scene.
Let me
Right.
recap the assignments first before we
Oh,
do
no.
that.
Jeez, what am I
let me-
even doing?
I
Just
should
make a
follow the checklist
conversation.
that's right there in front of me. The active assignments are the Hungering Roots. That is the herb place. The
What am I even
the
trying to
herb place.
do?
Questions and opportunities. How is the harvest god there most vulnerable? It's a complexity 4, and you can destroy or neutralize it. What resources does the harvest god offer if appeased? That's a complexity 6, and that lets you work with the growers to make it more sustainable. Where can this harvest god be safely transplanted is the question with complexity 8, and you can resolve that assignment by breaking the god from its confines, allowing it to grow freely and showing the local residents how to coexist with it, and that unlocks a special move, the Mark of Quickening.
Yes.
And then there's the Dusk Mother, which Bastion and Hugh are off on. They're looking for an angel in the area. Questions are, where is the angel's nest located? That's complexity 2. That unlocks the other questions. How is the angel bound to the skeleton family is a complexity 4. That lets you resolve it by weakening, driving away, or destroying the angel. Or what purpose drives the angel, which is a complexity 6, and that lets you resolve the assignment by freeing the angel from the skeleton family and showing it something else it can protect. And there's more text below that line because the cell is not big enough. There it is. There it is. And that will unlock another move, the Dusk Mother's Embrace. And those are on the assignments tab, along with you have 6 clues for the Hungering Roots, 2 clues for the Dusk Mother. Yeah, and we will be getting another one at the beginning here.
So we're actually ready to unlock the rest of the Dusk Mother questions.
Yeah, if you
We
like.
could just roll for that.
Yeah, mark your new end of session. Players mark new elective end of session questions, or leave them the same if you like. There's no
I change
moves
them
to
every
resolve.
time.
Go ahead and change them up. Check out your questions; those are XP. And I will introduce the new assignment. I think when we jump to the clutch.
I love Sebastian Ward's picture.
Yeah, I gotta figure out something for Hugh.
Nice. Perfect.
That's well done. I think I have an idea for mine then.
It's nice when we have a lot of pictures of us on stage. So we can
I
just use,
know.
Right.
I just have so
use
many.
pictures of us in different costumes. For our
Not
character
even AI
pictures.
generated.
I know, right? I've got such a. I was just telling someone the other day. I can't remember who I was talking about how like I never, very rarely think to like take pictures like when I'm doing something with friends or at an event, whatever. But luckily, being an actor and a musician, lots of pictures get taken of
So
me
many pictures of us.
because I don't document my own life that well.
I feel like I should do a show or something before we move, just so I can get more pictures of like more recent pictures.
Some recent pictures of
I
you.
know, the recent ones.
Yeah, the photos of me just drops off a cliff with the pen know.
Mhm.
I know, same.
Yep. Stopped aging at 2020.
Don't even have
Um,
headshots.
I know. So assignments. So you are at the Hungering Roots. There's the unlicensed sacrifices taking place here. And you're trying to find out about this harvest god. And this gentleman is casually approaching you in the processing area. You like dirt.
I was hoping to get. My friends are saying that I need to get more involved in volunteering and do something different with my time than what I usually do. Because what I usually do is a little disturbing to them, but that's no mind here. But I do like dirt, and I hear you guys like dirt, and I wondered if you had any volunteer positions.
What do you usually do?
I dig in it, and I put things in it.
Oh, you're a gardener.
You could say that.
Well, I just did. Is it true? And he is like within arm's reach of you right now.
It could be.
It could be, or it is.
Are you a gardener?
I'm an entrepreneur.
Mm.
But there are plenty of opportunities for gardeners here. We have recently, well, we're pivoting.
I think Ren just looks bewildered, but like how a bee's veil could look bewildered.
Just kind of tilt slightly to one
Huh.
side.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a god in our employ that has been,
Wow, real God.
of course, and of course, this is a a guard of the of the field, harvest, used to sunshine and the natural cycles of things. But natural cycles
Oh,
take
I like
so
those.
long, and so we have made things more efficient here, given the god 24/7 sunlight, more nutrients it needs, and uh, anything it desires to feed on. And in return, it's ramped up our production incredibly, and we are working on new processes and procedures to accommodate this improved situation we find ourselves in. The old ways proved insufficient. And he kind of looks at your package dripping over your shoulder.
When you speed, everybody in this modern age is always interested in speeding up things, speeding
Exactly.
up cycles. But the thing about a cycle is that it always ends in the same place.
Well, not always. I mean, say you are riding a bicycle and the wheels turn as fast as you can pedal them. But now we know how to make wheels turn faster and faster on cars, trains, machinery, and that drives progress forward. What we're doing here.
But what you're missing is all of that. There's other pieces outside of those particular systems that you're talking about. Those cars
there
put
are.
off exhaust and choke
And we eliminate those
songbirds.
things here to make our product more. Look, we are bridging worlds. Here.
Elimination.
Yes, I know how that sounds. I know how it sounds, but think
Like-
about it for a minute.
like
What if you could be a part of the same rituals your ancestors practiced, while being among the first to pilot the rituals of the future? Instead of seasonal rituals, we're giving this god around the clock worship through automated prayer and integrating this robust new sacrificial program that adapts to changing conditions on the ground. In exchange, it grants us unprecedented results that actually evolve with our offerings. So the specs of each of our small batch tea reflect the unique qualities of the local sacrifices. So you see, we have taken the old and made it new, and taken the new and made it
While
amazing.
he's giving this speech, can Ren just wander off?
Oh no, he is like locking eyes with you, and if you
Oh,
leave,
okay.
he's gonna follow you. I mean, you can
I
wander
think
off, but
Ren. I think Ren does start one. Is like, oh, never mind.
I think when you go to turn, he puts his hands on your shoulders, and
I
just
think when
says,
you touch Ren, Ren flinches.
"Mhm,
Oh no.
yeah," and he just got like a big warm smile. He's like, "If you want to help our cause, but we have many ways that you can do that. Let me show you." And he like kind of like spins you a little bit and puts his arm around your shoulder and kind of like does the like sweeping gesture, like, let me show you the world. Um, and lead you further into the warehouse.
Can you remind me of where the moves are?
Yeah,
As,
there are
as fun as it
moves.
is to keep chatting with this fella.
Yeah. What were you? What are
I
you
don't
looking
know.
for?
It's clues, right? Is that what we're doing? Looking for clues.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to do the investigation?
I mean,
moves to-
I'm looking for Lucas's like
right.
family or land,
Mm.
but I also am hoping to get involved in the local community.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he can help you get involved with the local community.
Yeah, yeah. So I think I'm like, I think I follow that. Yeah, I think I'm like, fine, fuck. Like, I need to find Lucas's people. Maybe this is how to find them. Sure. I mean, can I talk to some of those locals putting all that flavor in your tea?
Let me show you where they are.
Wonderful.
Let's jump to our other team here. The moves are on the custodians tab. On the left side, there is
Oh, thank
underneath the
you.
beginning of session, which I'm going to change to investigation phase. There's the moves reference and special moves. And
Oh,
whatnot
thanks so
there.
much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Cool. So Sebastian and Hugh, you were traveling to the other assignment. You were traveling to the, you turned left at your intersection, traveling to the Hopworth Industries processing plant.
Quick question,
Yeah.
just about mechanics, because I'm trying to remember how it works. When let's just say, for example, let's say we had 4 clues. I know we don't, but let's say if
Mhm.
we did, you have to use like right now that first question is a 2-clue question. So if we use
Yeah.
2 clues, we're rolling straight up.
Yep.
If we were to use more, we'd have a bonus, right?
Mhm.
But that uses those clues up, right? Like
That's right.
okay, so it's basically you're spending them, right? Because I want to
Yeah.
make sure I remembered how everything worked. So then, yeah, so we probably don't want to use more than 2 because any more clues we would collect, we'd want
We'd want to
use
use, yeah.
the future
So
stuff.
I'm
Yeah,
hearing
I mean, there's
freewheeling discussion in the
there's
car.
plenty of clues.
Yeah. No, I was just trying to figure if there's. Yeah, that's how I thought it worked. I was trying to make sure it wasn't like, accumulative. It's almost like, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, yes.
2
got
of
it.
the 3 clues available for the Dusk Mother.
Yeah. Do you want to have a little discussion on your drive to the processing plant about that?
I think I do, although it feels like I hate keeping Nick out of it. I hate it just being us 2 and being like, we're gonna decide this.
I'm about to get an internship, y'all. Don't worry about me.
I kind of like this shape of show wise.
I do
Yeah, I
too,
mean,
yeah.
it does
It's
make
fine.
sense. It does make sense. You're right.
Yeah, and Nick the player can also join in even if
Yeah.
Ren is not there.
I realized that. I was like, oh, I could just go if I wanted.
Of course, being that there's only 2 clues to explain, I don't think it'll be a big,
Wait.
long labyrinthine discussion.
So the first question, the first question is, where's the angel's nest located? And the clues you have are, this has happened before, which you got at the restaurant, I believe, the diner. And the other one is travel directions, which seem intentionally obtuse, even misleading, that you got from the grumpy guy in town.
Where was he giving us directions to?
You asked him for directions to the
Skeletons, right?
skeletons place, I think,
Okay, yeah.
and he was just like, yeah, all over the place. Turn left at the duck.
Clearly, he doesn't want us to find the skeleton's house.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And this is associated with the skeletons, so I'm thinking.
I kind of feel like, because I remember last time you were sort of ended up having like a lot of knowledge about the skeletons and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
I kind of think
You're
this
from
has
there.
happened before.
Mhm.
Would be something like maybe you remember how this, like, wait a minute, last time they were on the skeletons,
Yeah.
it led to a factory or whatever, or however you
I
think
just-
it might relate.
Yeah, the
I'm-
bit from the introduction says the skeleton family, thought to have abandoned production on their farm years ago, is rumored to harbor an angel which has caused trouble for the other residents in the past. According to locals, the skeleton family simply referred to the entity as Mother.
Oh no. Yeah, I think Hugh probably has some like, if this is okay backstory wise, is like what happened in, what was it, Hammerdown? No, Crashdown Holler was that they like trapped it in their own basement on their property, or like, yeah, or in a barn maybe.
Would it
And,
make sense that
like, so it's just like same deal, and that's why they're not wanting us to get at their home.
would it make sense that that there had been rumors that it was never clear whether they had trapped it or were harboring it like as a guest?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like the two angles. Like somebody like, yeah, they trapped an angel in their basement. Up here, like, I don't think they trapped it.
Yeah, I could see Hugh relating like a bunch of different stories. But the one thing they all agreed on was
They definitely had an angel in their basement, whether it was a
Yeah.
prisoner or like a boarder.
That part
a
was
roommate.
not
nobody
for
who
debate.
tried to go and investigate that lived.
So the answer to the question is in their basement. Is that right?
It sounds silly now that I hear it, but I think that's true.
Yeah.
It's a
Angel in
logical
the
place for
basement.
an angel.
With the spanner.
Yeah. Great. If you want to mark off both those clues, then explained and explained. One of you can just roll 2d6 straight up on our roller,
I'll
Feel
give that a
like-
shot if that's okay.
yeah, I was
and
gonna
we'll
say,
see how we go.
I feel like it's a hero.
2d6.
Dice roller. Where's the dice roller? There it is.
Rolling 2d6. 10.
10. That will do it. Great. Answer the question 10. The answer is correct, and an opportunity can be pursued. It's fantastic. So those clues have been used. Tick tick. That
Oh no.
opportunity is done.
Covered was not the title of anything.
Oh, this investigating stuff is easy.
Haven't even left the car today.
So now the questions are: how is the angel bound to the skeleton family, or what purpose drives the angel? But you have gone down the road to the, and you kind of like figure this out. Like, okay, cool, we'll hit the skeletons after the processing plant, I guess.
Yeah.
And as you approach the processing plant, like this is a kind of like a large area. There's feedlots and warehouses, barbed wire fence, all over this like large area of property. There's trucks that this is a commercial meat production plant. There's trucks adorned with the commercial prayer stamps of the chitterling. There's machinery interrupted by animal noises every once in a while. There's smell of manure and meat and chemicals, as like even with the windows rolled up as you approach. Like if you've driven through the Central Valley of California, you know what that's like. So question for both of you: paint the scene. How is it obvious that the Hopworth Industries processing plant operates with little oversight?
Oh, jeez. Hmm. There's so many possibilities.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think if I feel like it's obvious that there are certain things that were a certain way when it was a more mainstream, doing it via OSHA regulations company, but a lot of that like has been obviously altered. Things like power lines have been rerouted from like the poles directly to the factory where they were obviously once just continued on down the power grid. Now they've been kind of siphoned off, and like I think they like basically like someone pirating cable, but they're pirating power off the power lines directly.
I think they're just kind of little posted signs that say smug things like the only good investigator is a dead investigator. Like
Health
farm
inspection.
non-compliant, you know?
Fuck
Or
you.
you're going to get inspector.
Yeah.
Great.
Inspect D's
Inspectors
nuts,
will be,
Inspect
yes.
these nuts.
which is an actual snack from the Jolly Crunch Pack.
Oh,
D's nuts.
um, yeah. I think I'd like to jump like to you being at the plant instead of going to like drive up and talk to a guard and go through the gate and everything. um, where do you think y'all would wind up inside the the entire the plant area?
I guess my question to you is, as investigators, do we take the official route and like go in through receiving and
I
talk to the
think Hugh is already
receptionist?
stalking off.
All right, you have a plan.
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. Efficient.
This looks dodgy. He probably says.
Are we going in the back door? Are we skulking in? What's the plan here? I need to.
Just under one of the plastic flaps, like just
Do
go.
I need to draw up the hood of my cloak, or
I think. Yeah, I think Hugh is going to try and come in one of the main doors,
Mhm.
acting like he belongs there.
excellent?
Mhm.
Oh, good. A ruse, my favorite.
Yeah, who's great. I think this is gonna be a roll for you then.
Sure.
Presence, probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, I've
great.
had a good influence on you.
Cool. So this is the
Madness all around.
veiled move. What are you afraid will happen
I love
if
an
you do not
unnecessary
make
roll.
this?
What will happen if I don't? Okay.
Are
I
both
think
of you
we'll-
going in? Or just
Yeah.
okay.
I think my fear is that we will both be forcibly ejected from the premises.
Mhm.
That feels weak, though.
Yeah.
My fear is that we'll be. No, I think we'll just be cut. I don't think they would just attack us. I think they would just like drag us out, basically.
Mhm.
And if we
Cool.
went along with it, we wouldn't get hurt. And if we
Yeah.
fought with them, we'd get hurt.
I see here that Sebastian has 3 conditions right now.
Oh shit! That's right.
Nope,
We
just-
haven't done.
Just a heads up there.
So
And
Um,
remind me, I know the
Dead.
journey move can remove one. I feel like
Uh-huh.
was there something else? I think there
You
was
can
something
also do a
else.
private ritual if you're alone.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. If I'm alone, but those are the only 2 ways, right? So journey.
Those are the 2 main. I think there are some like special moves that let you do it.
Because I want to say the private
play with
ritual
moves.
that was still a journey move. It was just a journey move if you're alone.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Memorizing plays.
Hmm.
Cool. Let's see that roll. It's be straight up. Oh, do you want to use an item to get advantage on that roll? From
Let me
your
see.
altar all the way down the bottom there.
Fancy art. Oh man. Yeah, this is probably silly. I'm gonna say the wax seal kit, I think.
Hmm.
I either I have like documents with a seal on them
Hmm.
that seem official, or I'm just kind of carrying myself like we have like some corporate entity has sent us here to check in on their
Mhm.
productivity. So I'll roll 3 dice.
Maybe you're
Yeah.
here to give the seal.
Inspectors.
Like I think prospective buyers probably is the
Mhm.
color. So, one moment. Rolling 3d6.
Oh my,
2.
that is a 6.
Yep.
Great. So on a 6, something bad happens.
Yeah.
Surprising in this
Surprise, surprise. So you're trying to sneak in. You're coming through the front, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Sorry. Sitting on my phone making noises.
so yeah, I think the front is like it's kind of it's super rundown. It is like a really small like uh the thing I have in my head is like when you like the scenes like when you go into a police station, you're talking to the like evidence person or the person who like takes the stuff from
Yeah.
prisoners and whatnot in there. There's like a hallway, like a really short hallway, dingy. There's like a ashtray there and a old chair that's all cracked, like upholstery coming out and whatnot. And employees have to be buzzed in by this old guy behind glass with the grate that you can just see him through, and you know slide your papers through there, and he just slides them back and says, we don't need your kind here. We ain't doing nothing wrong.
Okay, that's out of character. That was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yet.
And then you explode.
Yeah.
And when you turn to leave,
Okay, there it is.
there's lights above the door like going in. There's
Yeah.
like 2 lights and one of them is clearly red. Oh, let me go back to the main screen. There 2 lights and there's one that is red. There's clearly another one. When you turn around, the door that you came in has a similar red light above it, as if you also need to be buzzed out.
Okay. Yeah, I think Hugh says, all right, I'll take this back to my superiors.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And you hear a buzz, and the light above the door going in turns green, and the door opens, and the doorway is filled by a large person in a leather apron, uh, long boots, and a pig mask. He's holding a very large knife.
Okay.
Is this that family from Brindlewood? Or is it or the Between? Whichever game
The
was it?
Between.
Oh, I guess yeah. No, it is not. Although it could be. Maybe it is. Who knows?
Oh
I'm
no,
not saying
them.
it's not. And he comes in and grabs whichever one of you is closer. Pulls you in.
Probably me.
Probably you.
Yeah, it seems that
Um,
way.
you can say a verse to bump it up, or we can continue going on.
Yeah,
Here.
yeah, I figure I'll use a verse.
Okay, cool. No Texas Chainsaw happening.
Yeah.
Great. So there are your personal verses and your faith verses. What are they called? For faith, the verse of prophecy and the verse of history. There's also the verse for the assignment. which is the verse
Verse of the Dreaming
of
Nest.
the Dreaming Nest. Where is it?
Oh man,
Under clues. That you can also mark.
I want to save the Dreaming Nest for when we have Ben around, so everybody can pitch in.
Cool.
I want to. Yeah, a flashback to your youth that shows your rebellious experimentation with illegal divinities.
Nice.
But I'm trying to figure. I want it to be a different one from the Waxen Scrivener, though.
Mhm. We can mark it, and you can do the flashback later if you want.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that
just
would make more sense. Yeah.
note it. Yep.
Cool. Checked. And so that gets me up
Um,
to a mirror.
Oh, and there's little narrated boxes next to that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's very convenient. Okay, cool.
Oh,
So you can see which ones have been used or not. Nice.
little box.
Looks like Bastion has one that was used but not and narrated, right?
I did narrate it. Yeah.
Cool. Great. So this is a 7 to 9 then, in which case I will tell you how your actions will leave you vulnerable, and you can choose to back down or go through with it.
Okay.
If you go through with it, the keeper will describe what it looks like. So I think yeah, same response. Says we don't want your kind here.
Yeah.
Or no, we do want your kind here. Leave you vulnerable. Ooh, yeah. So you hear the guy, the faceless guy behind the screen, kind of make a huff noise.
Yeah.
And after a moment, the buzzer for the door inside turns green. Door slides open. And he says, so you're presenting yourself as prospective buyers, right?
I think that's what I settled on. Yeah.
So I think what he's going to say is that you're going to be interviewing with the sales manager, and you'll be expected to show more documentation and talk through exactly what your needs are. And the interrogation will probably be a little bit more in depth, and will also take place within the building, making it much more difficult to leave if things go bad. Would you like to do that or back up?
I think for the first time, I want to back out of something.
All right.
Just because I kind of like the shape of show of Hugh has a clearly bad idea for how to handle it.
How
Cool.
about the front door?
How about the front door? Great. Sweet. So what does that look like? Backing down from the not showing the papers there, like realizing that it's a bad idea.
Oh yeah, how do I realize it's a bad idea? I think Hugh is just talking through it of like, yeah, I'll come in and then I'll just pretend to be a buyer, and with my acting skills I'll convince, and like
I've read a lot of books about buyers.
And then I think he's like spitballing what he's going to say. I'll just say that we're buyers of meats. Sure, they won't be suspicious. Okay, maybe we need another plan too. We can sneak around the back.
It's sneak around the back then. Great. I'm looking at your paper and ink movie again and trying to remember how it's used. Besides,
on its own, I don't think it does anything. I think as it is written leans on that.
Yeah, it seems like the only active thing that's available right now is letting other custodians use your ink to write prayer marks and stuff with.
Oh, okay, yeah.
To get advantage. But yeah, I think other moves are gonna make it work better.
Yeah.
Cool. Sebastian, what's your plan for getting in sneaking like?
I think Sir is like, well, we've done the preliminary footwork. We know a little more about what we're dealing with now. We should probably go back and rejoin Ren and Zeph before we proceed further into this
Oh.
mystery.
This was fun.
Well, we scouted it out. We got the lay of the land, and now we should
Had a
probably
crunch wrap.
regroup.
Back in the car.
Back in the car.
Back in the car.
Journey.
You drive. I'm going to nap.
Journey time.
Yeah, journey time. Speaking of, let's jump back to the other warehouse. So many
I'm sure
warehouses.
everything's going fine back there.
So this person has introduced themselves to Ren as Haven, who's the head of growing operations here. And it's just like a nonstop tech bro monologue as they're kind of guiding you deeper into the warehouse. Is there anything you want to do while they're kind of giving you this tour, like nothing tour? Just like talking about how great it is to harness a god with new technology.
I think I notice the timers on the lights.
Hmm.
And I think I noticed that they cycle really fast.
Hmm.
And I think Ren is like, oh, I'm going to fix these for you.
Ooh.
And I think Ren goes down to like make it more normal so the plant doesn't. Yeah. I don't know if that feels too
So
technical. I think I'm doing a veiled move. I don't know.
Okay. Where is this happening?
Sorry, give me a second.
Yeah.
I'm getting a tour.
Hmm. And it's less of a tour as him like walking you through the corridors, blathering about, his innovations and whatnot.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just having trouble knowing what to do here with this guy.
Yeah. Well, he will eventually lead you to.
When do I get to meet the people? Yeah. Well, I get.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I just go along for the tour, hoping
Awesome.
that like maybe I'll get to meet the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone spammed the chat.
Yeah.
So yeah, and he eventually like leads up to this big and here is the center of our operations, and this is like in the middle of the warehouse, and it is, you can tell even before it's like double doors that are pushed open. There's like the kind of like real like blue white light spilling out from underneath it. And he pushes the doors open, and it's a large room in the center of the warehouse. It's, if it was not so brightly lit, it would be like kind of shadowed around the edges, but it is very brightly lit, and you can see every bit and piece here. In the center of this room is a massive, kind of like a large dumpster turned on end almost size earthenware pot. It's got terracotta, it's got prayer marks etched into it everywhere, and the pot is kind of split and cracked open by what is bursting out of it. There are blood red tendrils coming out of the top, flowing out the top of it. These pale, like bone colored roots are kind of shooting out the bottom, and like this super rich black soil is kind of spilling out from the cement that it sits on underneath from these cracks, as these like roots kind of like are pushing up into it. This is a paint the scene for you. How do the elements of this altar incorporate both ancient harvest rituals and innovations in modern sacrificial practices?
So I think
This feels like a quiz. Um,
So what part of ancient harvest rituals do you see in here?
well, I'm just thinking like there's people. Sorry, I'm not familiar with that many ancient harvest ritual. I think there's offerings
Mhm.
of like a there's like cornucopia style like bounties in like wicker baskets around.
Mm.
That are just like filled with like vegetables and fruits.
And
And
how? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
and for modern,
Modern sacrificial practices.
according to my deep knowledge of modern sacrificial practices, they're IKEA wicker baskets. Um, sorry, my brain just isn't working tonight. And by modern sacrificial practices, is that like an in-world thing, like a Silt versus thing, or
It could be, whatever. It's not. It's for you to decide.
it's just supposed to be like as opposed to ancient?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm reading too much into it. I was just like, I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, there's that all around. But there's also big grow lamps. Beaming on the big baskets, as well as like those little sprayers you see at the grocery store, like
Right,
to
misters.
keep them like looking fresh. Yeah,
Mhm.
little misters look fresh. The grow lights are on them to like make them look even more ripe.
Mhm.
Yeah, sorry, I'm struggling.
Yeah, you're all right. Um, Haven is very proud of himself showing off his thing and starts describing more of what you're seeing.
Oh, maybe it's
Uh,
also automated. Maybe they're like on little conveyor belts going around and,
Oh,
and being
nice.
like sprayed and washed, and like so they're just kind of going, yeah. It's like
Yeah.
the cycle.
Yeah.
There we are. I got it. I got there.
Are the conveyor belts like coming in and out of the room?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
You can see like big, like it's like someone is doing these offerings. They come in, they're like washed, sun,
mhm.
pesticide, whatever.
And I think he's like, as he's explaining, like, oh, like everything coming in here is, properly is, what do you call it? It is treated so for the optimal sacrifice experience. In fact, and he kind of gestures to where the conveyor belt is coming in. One of these several conveyor belts is coming in towards the urn. Um, there are the baskets of fruit and whatnot coming in. Um, Coming in now to the room, you see an unconscious person, the conscious
Yeah.
person, actually. I don't think you talked to the neighbor that Ben was talking to, right?
No, I guess I saw
Um,
her.
Yeah, you probably recognize her. You saw her. She is dressed as she was not too long ago in her bathrobe. Um, and she is conscious, like her eyes are blinking, but she is just lying kind of rigid on the conveyor belt going towards the urn. And he's like, and here's one of the issues we're coming up against here that I'm looking for new ideas about is that the local population can only support a certain number of sacrifices. So we've had to supplement it with agricultural products, which cut down on the bottom line. So one of the things that we're working on is how to draw in more sacrifices, fresh, and they may not be as local, but they should be just as effective. And you see that not only are the tendrils coming out of the urn blood red, you see that there is also actual red liquid dripping down from within the urn. And the conveyor belt is drawing her closer and closer to it. And I think when you look back at him, he's just like beaming down at you with like wild eyes.
I want to go run to. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think I'm gonna go run to her and like try to wake her up.
Okay.
Did I catch her name earlier? Or
Her name is, it's on the assignment sheet. Her name is Patricia Morrill.
Okay. I think I just call her Auntie.
Yeah.
Just like I go up to her and like shake her and like run beside it. Like, Auntie, wake up.
Nice. I think this is gonna be a revelation move because it does, you're there with the god in there. So what are you afraid will happen if you fail to wake her up or are unable to do what you're looking to do?
I mean, I'm afraid that she's gonna grab me and then I'm gonna be stuck on the conveyor belt and I'm also gonna get fed to the god.
Yeah.
And I won't be able to bury Lucas.
Yeah. It is.
I'll be a disappointment again.
It'll be another disappointment. I think you're still a disappointment right now. I think it is worse than that.
No. How could it be?
Not only will Patricia be sacrificed, you're unable to help her. You will be held and hollowed into a lure to bring others in as sacrifices, beginning with the rest of your team.
Oh yeah, I forgot about all the little things you could do. Great.
So yeah, you can roll. Sounds. What do you think you're rolling with? And you can back down at this point if you want to.
Oh,
Dice.
I hate it when you say that. Yeah, I was like dice, and then I remembered what you actually meant. I feel like it's focus.
Cool.
But maybe it's vitality if I don't know. What do you think?
I would probably go with vitality, but focus is if the hunter's action requires a steady hand,
I guess
calm
like
decision.
to be calm.
If you're like concentrating on her despite all the other shit going on. Yeah, focus sounds good to me.
Okay.
Do you just want to roll 2 + 1 or do you want to add a thing?
Can I use something I have? Let's see.
Or if you feel like you're entering a dangerous situation without concern for your physical safety, you can mark fate again and take advantage.
I don't know that I know how dangerous it is. I think I'm just like, oh no, you accidentally got on the conveyor belt.
Cool. Good. It's clear that it was not accidental. Yeah.
Oh. Well, I think I'm trying to save her. Yeah, I guess I know it's dangerous. but
Yeah, it might not be it might not be immediately
doesn't
dangerous
feel-
for you. So
it doesn't feel like that fate dangerous. Okay,
Yeah.
let's do it. Sorry, I'm taking so much time.
Cool.
Conveyance.
so it's 2 dice plus 1. That is a 9. Cool. So you do it with a complication here.
Always do.
There's a complication of cost. So what does it look like when she snaps out of it?
I think she's like screaming into my face.
Hmm.
Oh,
Um,
And I think she's like holding my hands, and I'm like, okay, okay.
and I think the complication is that she is screaming for you to come with her. She's holding onto your hands.
Yeah,
You've woken
yeah.
her up and she's standing there. You can pull her off if you want, but she is going to fight. She's either been brainwashed into this, or she knows that the being sacrificed to the god is going to be a good thing for the community, or whatever, and she wants to be a part of this, and she wants you to be a part of it as well. But you are able to wake her up and pull her off and do that if you want.
Yeah, I think I like struggle with her. And I'm like, what? Don't do this. Also, I need your help. Lucas, where's Lucas's family?
No, he needs your help. You can be the first one. You can be the first one in a long line of people who come in and help us. A long line. And now that you're on the conveyor belt, you can see
Yeah, I
that.
think I'm sitting on the conveyor belt with her.
And I think she's trying to like convince you, like she's kind of killing time, and she looks
I feel like I
over your
am going out of
shoulders.
my way to connect with the local community, though.
You sure are, yeah. You see that the conveyor belt is leading to a grinder that was behind the urn before, so you did not see it. Like kind of like a wood chipper, and all of the sacrifices, animal and vegetable, are
Can
human and vegetable, are being drawn towards it.
Can I like whisper to Lucas's meat
Mm.
and say, like, if you don't want it to be here, you need to tell me where?
Ooh. This is going to be a revelation move as well.
I sense a theme today.
With communion.
Yeah. Okay.
And you're like directly talking to the maiden now, right? Basically.
Yeah, I think I'm just like, what do you want me to do?
What are you afraid might happen if Lucas is unable to tell you, or the maiden is unable to
I
help
mean,
you?
I'm afraid nothing will happen.
Mm,
I think.
I think it's worse than that. I think you will see the maiden on the other side of the room,
Or tell me that it is here that I need to do it. Yeah.
and she will lower her veil and walk away from you forever.
Fuck.
Before you roll, let's take a little break.
Uh,
5 minutes good?
sure.
Cool. We'll be right back. Alrighty. I think before we go to that role, I'd like to go. Are you guys journeying back? Is that what I'm hearing?
That's
So,
my
yeah.
plan.
Okay, let's see. Journey themes.
Show up as I get grinded up.
Well, we'll make sure and take your bones home.
Hmm, 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 cool. As you're traveling back east. Yeah, let's do this one. You've often encountered small shrines in your travels, piles of stones, wreckage, fragments of former lives arranged with intention. They might be memorials, offerings, even traps for unwary travelers, luring them to a hungry god desperate for a scrap of worship. Along this stretch of lonely road, you notice more of them than usual. And this is going to be paint a scene, one each. Let's start with Hugh. Describe the shrine that you noticed on the side of the road. What materials have been arranged and how?
Yeah, it's a combination of bubblegum and bubblegum wrappers kind of
Nice.
mounded together.
Like a lot, or like how much?
Like each one is about like the size of 2 fists or 1.5 fists.
Um,
Kind of arranged.
Sebastian, does the shrine appear to have been interacted with since?
Yes. You can see where some fresher pieces of gum on there, and then you can also see where there was once gum that has been taken.
Ooh, ugh. Great. Hugh, how is the landscape around this shrine responding?
There is a visible spiral shape coming out from the collection of shrines in the ground.
Awesome. And Sebastian, what kind of god do you believe this shrine invokes? And do you know its name?
I believe because of the gum, it's probably one of the followers of Sweet Jolly Crunch Tooth.
Jolly. Great. And then the recall a time prompt for the scene. What small act of worship did you perform in a place that no one else could see? And that is for both of you, and you can have your little roadside chat for this.
A small act of worship where no one could see.
So we're telling this to each other.
Yeah, kind of your road trip conversation.
And I think
and you can even stop and check out the shrine if you want to too.
Hugh might be genuinely wondering from Sir, like, was there ever a time that, because like we're sort of exact opposites on how our worship is whether our worship is perceived. Like somebody just put gum in. Like, do you ever, when you're working with the Watcher, I mean, you have to be watched, right?
It is
Otherwise
indeed.
it's not right.
No, yes. Purpose is to be watched and to fulfill the Watcher's vision for the best possible show. And I spend so much time memorizing plays and thinking about the art, and I've spent so much of my years doing plays that sometimes I regurgitate lines from plays without even realizing I'm doing it, thinking I'm just speaking, and I go, oh, that was actually a line from a play. But once I realize that, honestly, it's also a little game I like to play sometimes where I like to see if I can hold conversations with people, and as a little token to the Watcher to hopefully please them. See how long I can respond in a conversation with nothing but lines from plays without the recipient knowing this.
You've done that to me, haven't you?
Many times, my friend.
It's just like he does not laugh at all. He's just like slowly pinching the bridge of his nose. Like,
But never with malice. Just know that. It's more efficiency of pleasing the watcher and also having a fun little private game that I'm the only player in.
oh man. This is so.
So far, me 27, you 0.
God damn. And I think, God, I think Hugh is just kind of like defensive and dumb about this and says, well, I've been leaving notes about you in every diner we've stopped at. Just you turn your face, I scribble something on a napkin.
Well, my friend,
wedge it into a crack between the cushions, never to be seen again.
as the saying goes, there's no such thing as bad publicity. So feel free to continue. I hope maybe someday I'll just increase my cachet, as it were. Someone will be like, I've heard of you. I read a note about you in a diner.
So are we getting in good with each other's gods? By accident?
Is that possible?
Just curdling.
Possible, but maybe not great.
I mean, it's probably good
nudges a bubblegum shrine. It's like, put in a good word for me.
Are you gonna mess around with the shrine?
I think he does poke a shrine,
Mm.
which is not a great idea.
That's our
What?
cue, full of great ideas.
Yep.
What are you afraid might happen when you interfere with this impromptu shrine to Sweet Jolly Crunch Tooth?
That it will like grab on and let it go.
Ooh, yeah.
And I'll eventually just be sucked into the shrine.
It's worse than that.
Yeah.
What determines when there's a worse than that and when there's not a worse than that?
So the two main moves are the veiled move, and that's when you do something risky or face something to fear. And that's the revelation move is the same thing, only when there's a god involved.
And that's when there's a worse than
We
that.
keep
Yeah.
fucking with gods.
Yeah. It's kind of the whole deal.
I mean, it's a large part of the game.
And especially your own gods. And this one specifically says if the custodians choose to interact with the shrine, they trigger the revelation move. So the worse than that, worse than being sucked into the shrine. I mean, it would have to lure both of you in to do this. I think then you are replaced with I mean, I think
people.
Yeah, you're basically
Bubblegum
hallowed.
people.
Hallowed and become saints for Sweet Jolly Crunch Tooth, which means that you are like bubblegum replicas of yourselves, with the same knowledge and drives as your original selves to go forth and do stuff. It's probably not great. This is gonna be a roll with communion.
Minus -1, I assume.
Minus one, unless you want to do something to give yourself advantage.
Oh man. Let's see. Burn through the rest of these things. I can't really think of a way to use the Aranarium. Spider and Booger library card. Maybe the library card.
Just scrape stuff off.
Well, no, I was thinking I'd read about these somewhere.
Nice.
And like knew that this one was just decorative and would not offend the god that created it.
Yeah, because Sweet Charlotte Crunch Tooth is a corporate god. There's usually a lot of branding around it. This one's kind of a
Oh, yeah.
weird personal impromptu shine to him.
And so I
Cool.
will burn that, so I will roll 3 dice and drop 1.
Yeah.
Or drop 1 die and then drop 1.
3 dice, top 2, -1.
No, that's it. And rolling 3 dice, 2, 1, 2.
Man, wow.
So that is a 3.
Yeah, that is a 3. That is a 3.
Wow.
And what were you
yeah.
dropping one for? Just I'm trying to
We'll
understand.
come visit you.
I was rolling with advantage, so
yeah.
I take the 2 highest, and
Oh,
then with
yeah. Why were you -1? I meant
communion, so that's -1. for that.
Oh, with your community.
Yeah, so I think exactly that happens
Yeah.
when you go to poke at it. You're unable to pull your hands off. It's a little gum baby. And as Sebastian tries to help you out, you're both engulfed by it.
Fair.
I'll come visit y'all.
No, they'll come visit you because
Whoa.
they are now gum golems. You probably want to say a verse for this one, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
or
I
make
want
the
to see how
characters.
this goes.
I'll drop another history.
Verse of
I
history.
guess. Yeah. I'm grabbing the flashback showing the power you felt when a god seemed to listen to you for the first time.
Do you want to narrate that one now or save it?
I'll save it.
Cool.
For a good
Great.
monologue.
That's a that's a 7 and 9 then, which means that you are not grabbed, but there is complication. But you do, according to the journey scene here, you do encounter a clue in the form of an omen here. And it does not say who gives it.
And we
which
clear a condition as well. Is that right?
yeah, as part of the journey scene, you'll both clear a condition and get a clue. This is a special one where you are also getting a clue by messing with the shrine.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
So I think I'm going to give you a clue for the Dusk Mother here, and I think that clue is going to be. Well, let's see. So I think you touch it, and it is difficult to pull your hand away. And I think it actually does take Sebastian kind of helping you pull your arm away as it's kind of like drawing you in.
Yeah.
And eventually you are pulled free, but I think you're going to take the condition gummy fingers.
Sure.
It's like just sticky gum on your fingers that you can't really scrape off.
Not good for turning
Does he?
pages.
I kind of figured he. I'm just saying, throwing things, making things worse. I feel like he would. The way I was vying, he'd really have a hunger for gum for a while going forward.
The gum has a hunger for him.
Like really wants to stop and buy a pack of Hubba
So
Bubba.
he'll clear Vine Compelled and replace it.
I was thinking more of you. You want gum now.
Gumpelled.
Gum.
Gumption.
Gumption.
Nice.
I think what you're like as you extract yourself and drive on, not too far away, you come across on the side of the road in the branches of a tree. There is a car like wedged up in the tree. Its headlights are still on. And it's unclear whether that was something that happened terrible with this or whatever, but it's definitely an odd thing to see. Free car. Yeah. As a result of your journey move, you can both clear a condition. You can even clear the condition you just got if you want. And you will also stumble across a clue that you will give me.
I think I'm going to clear I got my fucking eye on you because I think Hugh would still feel like a disappointment, if not even more so.
I think I'm clearing disappointment. Try and please my God again. I'm like, I can do it. I can do it. The next show will be great. I promise.
And then I'm defining a clue for the Dusk
Yeah,
Mother.
Yeah, well, the two of you can give me a clue for either one. Just tell me how you came across it and what it is.
Oh man.
Maybe I've got beginnings of a hit. Maybe you can finish it, Peter.
Yeah.
Maybe thinking in your futzing with the shrine, maybe you uncovered something that was like inside the shrine.
Mm. As
Like
you're
as
pulling
you
your hand
poked
out.
or whatever, something like fell off, and you're like, oh, there's something in there. See, this is for Dusk Mother.
I wonder if the shrines themselves are a sort of thing. Like because Jolly Sweet Crunch Tooth is usually a corporate god with well-established like billboard-sized shrines and things. Like, I wonder if this is actually a secretive form of shrine making that that you use when your god is in direct conflict with something. So like,
so maybe the
a
clue
shrine
is that it's a non-corporate shrine.
Or like non-corporate approved kind of
hidden shrines to a rival god.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, hidden shrine to a rival god.
Okay, so maybe is it? I'm not sure. This might not be what you meant by that.
Yeah,
but that makes me wonder. Like on the outside, the gum and everything is so it obviously appears very sweet, Jolly Crunch Tooth. But then when we poke it and like a piece falls off, like inside, there's like a fish.
Oh yeah.
And like,
Maybe,
wait, who is this shrine to?
Do I put that on Hungering Roots or Dust Mother?
Oh, that's interesting because it could go either way. Okay, and we are kind of halfway between locations now. Oh man, I kind of want to have it on Dusk Mother. I think.
Cool. Yeah, go ahead and fill that in.
Okay.
Dusk Mother.
Drive on, shaking your heads. Cool. Speaking of moves, let's jump back to the growing in the sacrifice room here. What do they call it? The harvest altar. You are talking to the Karen Maiden to find out where to put Lucas. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is clearly a revelation move, and clearly with communion, and we already established what would go wrong. Karen Maiden turning her back on you.
Damn.
So we're just gonna roll. Shoot
Can I use?
straight up unless you want to use an item? Yeah.
I think I'm going to use the gravestone rubbing
Awesome.
from someone I knew.
Ooh, who was
I'm
it?
trying to. It's a childhood best friend.
Nice. So you're just gonna do 3 dice and take the top 2. There we go.
Oh.
That is a 12.
2, a 6, and a 6.
Cool. So you do it and then some. Read off.
This is the one thing I'm good at.
Cool. On 12 plus, you do what you intended or hold steady, and the keeper will tell you some extra benefit or advantage you received. Describe what it looks like. Cool. So you are asking Lucas where you're
I said, if you
saying
don't want to be buried here, you need to tell me where.
yes, right, right. Um,
Threatening.
I love it.
Funny.
Yeah. Ooh. Let me think. Where now I have to figure out where Lucas is from. Uh, ooh, yeah. I can. Oh yeah, this is great. I can give you your answer and do the other thing. Yeah. So you hear in the back of your mind, almost as if Lucas is taking a breath, even though there's nothing to take a breath with. And then there's kind of like a and you hear her voice change. I don't think you were you around when she delivered the instructions last time, or was that Zeph, or was that everyone?
When she said not here,
When she delivered the assignment for the Dusk Mother. When she did
yeah,
that.
I was there.
Great.
Yeah.
Her voice
Because I
sounds
got really
exactly
close
like
to her face right after.
That's
'cause
right.
She exploded in my face.
Yeah.
We know each other pretty well.
Her voice sounds exactly like that again. And just like incoming message for custodians. Fragments of black market divinities have been appearing among the gods sold at the floating market, a free-for-all bazaar that gathers at abandoned docks and fishing piers along the White Gull River. While such gatherings generally happen under the radar of local authorities, the custodians have been informed that the goods arriving along the river present an increasing danger to the inland population. The Bureau report flatly states that the nature of the divinely afflicted wares being sold are not something that can be left to the greater Glodgich police to handle alone, given a surge of recent corruption investigations. And I guess this is a question for Ren. Why do you suspect that no one actually intends to shut down the floating market, but that several groups are vying for control of the market themselves?
I'm sorry. That was a lot of information.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
I'm not sorry. That was a lot of information.
Yeah, that was a lot of information.
Can I get some of the, or it's written down?
Yeah, it's in the assignments tab.
Okay, the floating market.
Yeah. So basically, there's a floating market that sells illicit god goods.
Yeah.
You have heard of this before, probably through your contact with some sort of authorities, and you have reason to believe that your employers do not actually intend to shut down the floating market.
Okay. Yeah, I think that they're not going to shut it down because it benefits them. Because
Or maybe a better way to ask that is like, what? That's a weird way to ask it. Like why have the cops not shut this down already?
I think that
basically?
they don't stop it because it attracts a lot of troublemakers. And the troublemakers no longer bother like the main
Oh.
areas where the corporate gods are. And
Yep.
so they're like, well,
It's a little honeypot for
if we
Keep
go
the-
kick that wasp nest as a honeypot for criminals.
Keep the riffraff
Nice.
corralled.
We're like, well, we
Yep.
know they're there. If we disrupt that, then they're just gonna come back to the areas and bother the corporate gods again.
Mhm.
So
great.
I don't think they really
Um,
want to break it up. They're like, the devil we know.
Yeah, exactly. Like the goth ghetto. Yeah. And then Ren's or not Ren,
Hi, buddy.
Lucas's voice in your head goes back to normal, and says, "The White Gull. My family's from the riverside."
Alrighty.
Um,
Well, guess I'm heading there.
And
I think I'll hop off the conveyor belt.
Oh, we can get
so-
an extra car.
you're going to get some extra benefit or advantage here. And I think what would you like to happen as a result of like everything that's going on here?
I want him just to like let me leave.
Yeah.
But
and
a
I think
benefit
that's-
would be, wait, I need to ask for more than that.
Well,
Um,
the thing you wanted from the role was where to get Lucas to.
Yeah.
But I
just
think
wanted
what
to
is
find out
also
where
going to
to bury
happen is that
Lucas.
you do see the maiden at the edge of the room. You can't look directly at her. She's, no matter where you look, she's kind of in the corner of your eye. And it feels really weird because you know she's not coming for you. It's not your time yet. And she's given you this task and won't take you until it's finished one way or another. But you get this chill as she gets closer to you. And I think both what's her name? Both
Patricia?
Patricia and Haven also see her, not directly, but like they can sense something in there, and they both just freeze. You can hop off the conveyor belt, walk out of the room. No one's gonna stop you from leaving this place entirely. You do, or
They
We
come
blow
to
it.
and just dicks drawn all over them.
I don't think directly interfering with them is going to work out well. But
Explosions.
I think after you get off the conveyor belt, whether you leave the room or not, the maiden is there for Patricia, and you hear her fall into the grinder, and she's screaming, but it's less of a scream of like pain and fear and more of an exultation kind of. She's very excited to be sacrificed in this way.
Oh yeah.
But you sense that she is not feeding this harvest god. She is feeding the Cairn Maiden. And the Cairn Maiden is there for her. So you've delivered her to the Cairn Maiden, basically.
Yeah. I'm gonna wander off.
Yeah. Do you want to leave the warehouse entirely, or?
Yeah, I'm just gonna start walking towards whatever the white goal
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
They're gonna come back for me. And I'm gonna just...
No
Yeah.
one.
But
I guess I'll be walking up the road when you find me.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. Like as you're walking down the road, you the station wagon passes you.
Remind me what we decided as far as technology in this world. Like, I can't remember. Do we have cell phones? Can we text each other? Can we communicate?
So it's modern, but not well distributed. So people in the cities are going to have computers and email and whatnot, whereas people in town might not have electricity. Probably don't have cell phones, I'm guessing.
We wouldn't have coverage out here.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't have coverage out here for sure. Yeah, maybe you have cell phones, but like they only work near cities. I think that's up to you though.
I know, I just wanted to make sure because it's like we couldn't be like, "Hey, we're coming to get you" or whatever. You know?
Right. Right.
I feel like Ren
Um,
always like lets their cell phone die anyway.
Where's
It's
that
just
map?
headed towards death anyway. We might as well let it.
We know which way we're going.
Zeph always has his charged.
Yep. And he never seems to plug it in.
It's weird. He never runs out of
Um,
juice.
Cool. I think it might be good to end it with the two of you picking up Ren,
Oh, okay.
and going back to pick up Zeph
Zeph.
before heading off to wherever you're heading off to next.
The White Gull is where we're going.
Arthur
yeah,
Zeffirelli.
the White Gull is a river that goes. It's like basically halfway between where you are and between these two destinations.
Okay.
So
Cool.
yeah, it's nothing's too far.
I think I like walk, so I like walk halfway.
You're probably like, I don't imagine you get more than a couple miles before you get
Let me
back.
bury this kid.
Oh, you will.
Mm.
You'll eventually get to bury them. But yeah,
You'll get there faster now. We'll take you in the car.
yeah, it takes a while sometimes.
Oh, we're going the opposite way.
We'll pick up Zeph, and then we'll go bury your kid. But as long as it doesn't take too long, we have business we got to get to.
You have so much business.
Oh,
We got 3 business now.
Okay.
Cool. Let's so this is
Oh yeah, we
the
got another one. I forgot to tell y'all.
end of session.
Maybe we can find some
Uh,
clues in where you need to bury the kid. Maybe
Yeah.
we can do double duty.
Let's play a road game where we find clues on the billboards.
I spy with my little eye.
I spy. Clue. I say clue.
Let's hear Hugh's flashbacks
the two
before we
flashbacks.
before we end up.
Yes.
Let's see. I feel like there is a dalliance with illegal divinities. I'm trying to figure out which one it would be.
Rebellious youth.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, maybe some fire divinity. Um,
What's it called?
oh no. The Ichor, I think. And let's see, where is this? I think it's, yeah, just like a little house in the woods, and then you see in one of the windows, like this long streak of flame just kind of appears suspended in the air. And then you just hear a scream and then some slammed doors. Hugh running from the house, like small, like preteen Hugh.
Even
And
spindlier.
then this like cloud of flame just kind of emerges through the window and starts slowly following him.
Nice. How did you get away?
Let's see. I don't know if he did. I think he just gets burned on some part of his
Ooh,
body, and
nice.
then it sort of vanishes into the body part.
Nice.
And you just see him screaming at the end.
And a time when the power you felt when a god seemed to listen to you for the first time.
I wonder if that's a Waxen Scrivener thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what he was raised in. So there's probably like an old church, and there are just pews where everybody is quietly writing.
Mm-hmm.
And then what is the sign of the god? What? I'm trying to figure out what would be a sign of the Waxen Scrivener listening.
Yeah, what did you say to it? Now did it respond, I guess?
Yeah. And I wonder if it's like he's just like tediously writing the same thing over and over again, like a mantra, and then text starts appearing in splotchy ink on the rest of the page, saying, saying something like, dalliances shall be punished or something, or like,
so
there
fucking
is
with other
no God.
gods is not okay with a
Yeah.
scrivener.
Yeah, there
Good
is
to
no God
know.
above me.
Good to know. Yeah. It's gum. Cool. Awesome. No assignment was resolved, so no rewards. Let's do end
Oh,
of
man,
session
thank you.
questions. And let's start with Hugh.
I did nothing, I don't think. I don't think my attempts to connect with the staff there actually happened, so those go away. And I did
You did
not
engage with a god.
Huh?
You did
Oh,
engage with a
yeah.
god.
Oops.
Mm.
So mark that. But
Oops.
yeah, I didn't undermine the orders of superiors or pursue personal interests.
Cool. Bastion.
Thanks to Hugh, I also engaged with a god. I also did not get around to undermining the orders, etc., etc. But I think I was vulnerable when I related my little thing about play dialogue to Hugh.
Yeah. Nice.
I
I'm gonna give Zeph one just for being Zeph.
engaged.
Not fall behind. Ren.
We did not do an assignment. Sorry, I'm trying to scroll up. Questions. Money.
Bunny must feed.
All right. The bunny must feed. I engaged with a god. I went out of my way to connect with the local community,
Mm-hmm.
and I undermined the orders of my superiors.
I suppose you did, yeah.
Tried to wander off and bury a corpse. that's-
Cool. That's
That's
3, which
me.
gives you an advance with 1 left over.
Oh. Just make a note. I don't know what I want.
On line 78, there's a little thing to put unused advancements.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. Oh, that's super useful.
That would be handy in every single character keeper I've ever used.
Yeah.
Good job, Ben. Great.
So nice.
No moves resolved. So yeah, let's go on to Stars and Wishes, and we'll start with Nick.
Yeah, Stars for the World. Like it was I agree with Peter that it was nice for Shape of Show to like have Ren alone and then those two like kind of in a different setting. Kind of both getting into trouble in different ways. I love how we just like came up against it. That was also very fun. Yeah, I like the risks that we took. And it was really cool getting to hear some of the characters' backstories. I really like the mechanics of the game. Yeah, just I don't think I have any wishes.
Then it is to Heath.
Yeah, stars to everyone's character building. It's fun watching everybody do their thing. Stars to Mark. I feel like it was a shorter session, but it's probably good with no bin, and it was a natural place to cut it. I don't really know how to phrase this wish. I find myself only real wishes. Like I find myself really worried about disadvantages as they seem real hard to clear. Since like it's journey move, that's it. That's your only option. Other than I did notice the manual said, or when the keeper tells you to clear one. So I guess there might be times when you're like, you're not find compelled anymore.
When it goes like naturally away, I guess. Like if you, you're able to get the gum off somehow or whatever. Yep.
So that just worries me a bit, just because like, especially since like my move often will get a disappointed advantage, and then I really don't want to use it while I've still got that. So yeah, it just seems like we're always. I'll just be.
It's rough.
Seems like we're always going to be filled with disadvantages. Like, because best case scenario, we'll get rid of one, but then we're probably going to pick up. And so it's like I can't see a scenario where we clear them all, or where we're not just constantly marking masks to avoid another, or masks or prophecies to avoid another one.
Yeah.
So that's.
And if we get like a fourth disadvantage, that's it, right?
That's a verse, yeah.
I was gonna say you mark a verse to instead.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically just another way to knock your verses off.
Yeah.
If you're, so I'm like, oh, that seems super harsh, but
wants us to tell
is.
stories.
It is pretty harsh. Yeah, I think
Or
this is
else-
the harshest of all the ones we played so far.
We're just gonna be journeying a lot.
Or turning
Doing a lot of
characters.
It's
yeah,
like
or burning the characters. Yeah.
3 times in a row. I'm like, let's go see this mystery, and then we get there, and then Ren's like,
Nope,
nah,
go back
let's
over
go
here.
see
Nope,
this mystery.
come here.
And he was like, wait, we should go visit the 3rd mystery. I'm like, yay, we all cleared all our conditions.
Oh yeah, now I get to journey, so I can clear a condition.
Yeah.
I think that's it for me.
Cool. And Nick.
I went.
Oh, Peter. Other way.
Peter.
Other
Nick,
direction.
go again.
Going back and forth. Tell me more stars.
I wish to not go again.
Yeah, a star for just I in this game more than many, I really enjoy just ramming Hugh into walls. And I appreciate the game, like Hugh does something dumb and the game is just like, yep, that's a complete catastrophe. And then okay, Hugh gets out and then jabs at a shrine. Okay. Here's what happens then. So I'm really delighting in that a lot. Yeah, and I'm enjoying. I like the mechanism of Star for being able to narrate things at the end of things.
Mhm. Yeah.
Although I should try and avail myself of doing some narration within the scenes, but that was a neat thing to try. I have a wish of I would like to have a move.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would like to try the personal ritual at some point. See how that
Yeah.
works.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
And let's see. Yeah, and I'll be interested to see wish for seeing like the world building of the White Gull and see how
Mhm.
a new place in the world behaves. And wish for having Ben back. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and then just a star for like the drama of Ren getting caught in the machine.
Yeah.
That
What
was
happened,
just-
Ren? Nothing.
Nothing.
Just walked out of there.
Just taking some bones.
Oh, I left
Cool.
Zeph.
Yeah. Is that you'll pick up Zeph on the way. Zeph probably
Zeph's-
found his way out.
He's probably the king of that place now.
He was having
Turn
more
off the lights again.
philosophical discussions with Patricia, whatever. her name is.
Oh, she did.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, this was a fun short one. It's always fun to have a split party. I'm always a huge fan of that. See more stuff. Managing the spotlight is hard sometimes, but I like cutting away in between in the middle of the roll. That felt really good. Like leave that up there. Yeah, I liked Ren just messing with the tech bro guy, messing with the man. It's hard to get into that meatpacking plant, I guess. Poking the gum, always a good move. Yeah, well, short session is good. Wish definitely get Ben back. We haven't triggered the the conspiracy yet. With you need to do a investigation with a 12+. Have not got that yet.
We didn't do any investigating this round.
I
did we?
know, and yet still got 2 clues. I feel like there's a lot of ways to get clues that don't involve investigating that makes it a little bit slower, but we'll figure it out.
Keep doing the one that's like, what's the move where you try to do something dumb? Oh, a revelation move? Got it.
Yeah, just keep doing that. We're just gonna journey back and forth, get a bunch of clues, never investigate ever again. Be great. Yeah, and just I want to see what the floating market. They finally mentioned the floating market in the most recent episode of Silt Versus number 40. I think they actually, because they were working with the people who make the podcasts when they were making the game, so I think they made the floating market for the game and they brought it into the podcast after
Oh.
that. So that's fun. Yeah, I want to see that. That's going to be kind of bonkers. Yeah, just get the gang back together.
It'll be
Um,
interesting. One of you said something about wanting to see your personal ritual
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah.
That's an interesting mechanic because again, it involves journeying alone, which
Mhm.
is something like
Being alone for it.
I've never, without that mechanic spurring me to do it, I don't think I ever would. I don't think I'd ever be like, "Ah, sir's going off by himself to investigate something." You know, I'd always
Yeah.
take somebody with me. So it's
Yeah.
interesting that kind of,
That's how we're different.
yeah.
I am only doing that.
I only do-
And I think Q probably claims he would do, but then is always going with somebody else. And
Yeah.
just complaining.
Just
about
drag
Oh, I'm going
along.
that. Oh, I'm going that way too.
All right, you guys, I'm gonna go investigate this by myself. Anybody want to come?
Nobody,
Yeah.
nobody better come with me. Somebody come with me.
No thanks.
Cool. Anything else before we say goodbye? Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time with a van.